family discussing our blonde moments, I tend to be the first and most frequent topic. As a kid, I got into many screaming matches with my sister, and the most memorable one resulted with me screaming, "Why are you such a brat?" And she replied, "I was born a brat, you're stupid." Which sent me over the edge of reason, so I said, "Well, I was born stupid." Or my other popular comment, which was made during a game of apples to apples, when I came across the name Mark Twain. My family laughed at me, assuming I wouldn't recognize the name. So in defense, I blurted out, "I know who that is. Isn't that like Shania Twain's dad?" Even though I really did say these, I learned to laugh at myself through my embarrassment. I'm Katie Lewis, and I have grown up in Castle Rock for most of my life, as you know, and I plan to major in psychology, but I don't really know what I'm going to do with it after that. But what I do know are aspects from my past and personality that are going to continue with me into the future, which can be represented by a toy car, a shoe, pictures of my mom, a tiara, and a Build-A-Bear. So I am a princess. Anyone who tries to tell you otherwise is wrong. Growing up, my nieces and nephews all knew Castle Rock as Papa's Rock, which must make my dad a king, since it's a castle. But I came to my own conclusion that he's royalty because he insists that he's perfect. What the tiara really represents for me, though, is the fact that I am spoiled rotten, like every princess should be. And on occasion, I've chosen to represent my royal status in more public settings, like Casa Bonita. A couple weeks after my birthday this year, some friends and I dressed up in costumes and went for dinner, and I was, of course, in a gown and tiara. And while we were eating, a group of little girls asked for pictures with us, and throughout the night, a couple other people actually did too. I guess we were just so amusing. But that's in my mind as a night that I probably won't ever forget. And something else I don't plan to ever forget is my mom. She's pretty much the reason that I am as weird as I am. Growing up, she used to play solitaire on her computer, and when she got bored, she'd play Jingle Bells with the sounds that it would make. Or she would suddenly stick her feet in my face while we were watching TV together. But unfortunately, in early summer of 2008, she was diagnosed with kidney cancer, and that same year she passed away. But that gave my family the chance to break apart or come together, and luckily we came together, so I am now an extremely family-oriented person. And even though my family is still really similar and we kind of have matching personalities, we're also really different. As you can tell, my appearance does not match Sam's. Some of my other siblings like computers, some like sports. I am in love with shoes. This is one of my most recent pairs of shoes, and right now I am about at 40 pairs, but I can't get an exact count since I misplace them a lot. So I began my collection in the end of 8th grade, but back then I was mostly looking at flats because I am a little bit taller. But my New Year's resolution this year was actually to wear more heels, so I thought that meant I needed to buy more heels. So now I have about 10 pairs of heels that are all above 3 inches. But to me, my heels, more specifically, are really the freedom I've given myself to not care about the opinions of others, because I used to think people would judge me for wearing heels being tall. Not really sure why I thought that, but hey. But deep down inside, I've always had a part of me that disregarded the opinions of others, as I've never been able to think back to the child inside of me, which this hat is for. I actually got this last Christmas when we were Christmas shopping, and my dad brought it up to me and asked if it was something my nephews, who are significantly younger than me, would like. And my sister and I both said yes, but petitioned that we should get one too. Since it's weird for someone my age to be asking for toys, you can imagine I get a lot of kind of weird looks, but I've learned that I can take them to mean whatever I want them to mean, so I tend to prefer that they're jealousy. But some looks that I've gotten recently that didn't even have to pretend were for a good reason, were the looks that I got from my family when I graduated high school. Even though I'm the youngest of 10 kids, I'm only the 4th to graduate. And with all of the older examples that didn't, but are still pretty successful, I gave serious consideration to discontinuing appearances to my classes, but I thought through it and I was rewarded with a diploma, and to me that's a symbol of my perseverance, and I can get stuff done if I actually try. So in my future, I plan to have my perseverance. I still plan to be spoiled. I don't plan to forget my mom. I plan to, continue not caring what other people think of me. And I don't plan to grow up anytime soon. And even though my hair is brown now, you really shouldn't expect anything too intelligent from me, because blonde is a hair color and a state of mind, and there's nothing I can do to change the way I think.